My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read all my writing, go to counterpropa.com, support the site through the Amazon links and donate button. Share the petition below to get the DNC to give its computer servers to the FBI. Share also a fantastic article in Counterpropa. My first writer in Counterpropa is awesome. His name is Zach Haller. Actually, Debbie, the Democratic Party is anti-grassroots. So Debbie Wasserman Schultz stated that the Democratic Party was a grassroots party. Of course, they cheated Bernie Sanders, who was the epitome of a grassroots candidate. Bernie raised over $200 million. Trump spent $600 million. Hillary spent $1.2 billion. Should have lost to Bernie, did lose to Trump. Actually, Debbie, the Democratic Party is anti-grassroots. That article is below. Please share it. I'm going to give you something that's breaking news, and it's something very profound when you do a little research. Nothing conspiratorial about this. Susan Rice, it's now an established fact, unmasked names. The rationale or the justification is that, well, she had to do so. She did not, however, act completely on her own. We know this because she works under President Obama. She's the National Security Advisor. And the whole thought process or logic is, well, she had to know the names that Trump associates, or the people that Trump associates spoke to. And if those names, if those U.S. citizens are now floating around in some database in the NSA or CIA or FBI or any other intel agency, well, that's justified. Well, number one, President Trump won the election. I voted for Jill Stein after Bernie Sanders. I didn't vote for Trump. But this is about the Democratic Party, so delusional. It thinks it's a grassroots party. That's what Debbie Wasserman Schultz stated. But also so devoid of any value system. They're focusing on a Russian hacking narrative. Number one, without any evidence, James Clapper, the Director of National Intelligence under President Obama, stated there's no evidence of collusion between Trump and Russia. But I'm going to read you something right now. Biden praises Susan Rice. She is speaking for the president. May 8th, 2013. The night before a House committee hearing on the September 11, 2012 attacks on a U.S. outpost in Benghazi, Vice President Biden praised Susan Rice, the UN ambassador, who has been under fire for her role in the administration's response to the incident. Rice has, quote, the absolute, total, complete confidence of the president, Biden said at a gala for the Joint Center for the Political and Economic Studies, according to press. When she speaks, no one wonders whether or not she is speaking for the president. I will repeat what Joe Biden stated. When she speaks, no one wonders whether or not she is speaking for the president. How would Joe Biden know this? Because he's the vice president. And we learned that the narrative goes General Flynn was let go by Trump because he lied to Vice President Pence. Not a crime to lie to Pence or to any vice president. But that's how important a vice president is in this day and age. According to the narrative, well, you know what? He spoke to Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador, and he didn't tell Pence. Big problem, big deal. This is just like Clinton's FBI criminal investigation where she put special access program intelligence on an unencrypted private server that, of course, Russia never wanted to hack. They would only want to hack the DNC emails. But Vice President Biden knew of Susan Rice unmasking names because Obama knew. President Obama knew. President Obama almost certainly had to either say to Susan Rice, go ahead, unmask those names, do so, or he definitely knew about it because the absolute, total, complete confidence of the president, this is before she's even National Security Advisor, which is a much higher post than UN ambassador. So you mean to tell me Susan Rice is so close to President Obama, she took the fall for Benghazi first, and now she's taking the fall for unmasking. Why on earth, when Devin Nunes came out on March 22nd, around then, why on earth did Susan Rice say, oh no, I know nothing about this? Now she's saying, I didn't leak the information. Well, who did? Number one. Secondly, Trump won, so the information was useless. Third, if the information was useless in preventing Trump from winning, what happened to these names? Who were these people? Were there any repercussions from the unmasking? And the fourth issue is, okay. The fourth issue is, if Susan Rice was close enough to the president as UN ambassador in 2013 to take the fall or to be one of the first people on all the shows, the political shows, talking about Benghazi, answering questions. Imagine how close she is to the president to have unmasked names. It's basic, simple, clear logic, nothing conspiratorial. Susan Rice is not the president or vice president. The president knew. The vice president knew as well. And not only did Biden know, Biden also is on record as explaining the relationship between Susan Rice and Barack Obama. Rice has the absolute, total, complete confidence of the president. When she speaks, no one wonders whether or not she's speaking for the president. Give me your thoughts below. Biden is the next one, almost certainly, within this entire fiasco. If Democrats just focused on banning fracking and breaking up banks, and not, there's a book out blaming Bernie Sanders voters for Trump's victory. This is about an outgoing president spying on an incoming president. And it's a huge, enormous issue. Hillary lost for a million reasons, not because of the DNC WikiLeaks emails, and not because Russia wanted to help Trump. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so much for listening.